Hi guys, please accept my apologies for such delays in doing a new tour video of the tent. I actually grow a sort of tropical style garden outside, and for the last 2 years it has just been pots of plants everywhere with the intention to actually get the garden done and some proper landscaping done to hopefully get a couple of borders in and get those plants in the ground. And I did start that 3 weekends ago, and I've done 4 solid days on it, so I've been pretty busy out there. So I do apologize for not getting some updates, but I'm going to take you around the tent and hopefully show you. There has been a few new pictures develop, I think, since my last video, so let's jump straight in. We will also, it's to keep Andy quiet as well, because he's like, I need a new video, I need a new video. So I thought we'd do one. So this is the Veitchii cross Lowii cross Rob Cantley. I think it put this out on the first video I did, and that has coloured up even at an older age really nicely. But they're really nice when they first come out. That's been out probably a week and a half, 2 weeks. We have got a new Clippiata here. This is a female one from Christian Klein. I do like my Clippiatas, so really happy to add that. It also has a little basil, so very excited for that one. The Clippiata from Borneo Exotics, that was the previous picture, and it is now put out the standard phallic shape of pictures is bad enough, but Clippiata in particular. There we go. We have got a new Sumatrana. I've learned that if I just sound confident with the names, even though they're always wrong, it sounds like they're right. So I will just try and sound confident with the names, and then you guys can all slate me in the comments that I got it completely wrong. This is the Bicalcarata. Now the fangs on this thing, absolutely incredible. I remember seeing Baikal as one of the first pictures that really interested me into wanting to keep Nepenthes in general, because I don't know, I was fascinated. Why does it have the fangs? It just seems pointless but absolutely brilliant at the same time. We have got the Sibuyanensis cross Merelliana here. That is the biggest picture I've had on this one, but it is, well, you can see it's consistently leaf jumping at the moment, looking really good. Seems to like a little bit more light, so that's quite good. That's why it's at the top here, gets the light from the Mars Hydro. We have got the Veitchii cross Mollis. This has moved since the last video. We've had a few bits move around because I've moved a few bits out of this tent into my other tent ready to sell. I've got a few plants coming from Exotica, and I'm going to need some space. Also, the plants that I've got, you'll see as I go around that they are leaf jumping quite considerably, and so they were all sort of overlapping each other, which we don't want. But yeah, this is definitely, this was from Mark Rouse. This is one of my favorites in the tent. It's got such a tall peristome from that Mollis influence, and it is absolutely stunning when it first comes out. But when it goes bronze like this as well, even with age, you can see the top of the lid's dying now, so it is quite old, but it still looks just absolutely brilliant. And the striping on that, it has almost a silver sheen to it as you turn it. You can just see it there. Absolutely incredible plant. And I wanted to basil because I know that Mark is very interested to have it back, so I'd love to get a basil for him as well. We have got a plant that me and Andy call the ugly duckling, because when it first opens like this, it does not look anything special. It's actually, it is pretty awful. But once it folds and it colours up, you get a picture like this. This one's quite old now, but you get it like that, and stripy and a little bit lighter. So that's why it's an ugly duckling. It turns into a swan. We have repotted a few plants as well. This is the big 3734 Barrio Veitchii. This is, I will say, plain green. There's nothing plain about that. It's absolutely lovely. So it had a good repot. It's one it's needed for a long time, but with being busy with work and the garden and so on, you know, these jobs get pushed down the list, and all of a sudden you're 6 months further along, and it should have been done a year ago. So I just have to they just have to cope with it. This is the Burbeii. This was one of the first bigger plants that I got. It has absolutely grown into a monster, and you can see it's producing whoppers of pictures now. I did actually move my other one to the other tent because I was tempted to sell it, but when I'll show you the other tent at the end of this tent tour. You'll see why I've now decided to keep it. This one here, it comes out, it's absolutely stunning. It bronzes right up, and it's still stunning like that. But the other one, it keeps its colour. It doesn't bronze up at all. So I love both of them. However, that I like that contrast, that one does bronze up and look completely different to the other. We have got, this is definitely opened up since the last video. This is my biggest Mirandas to date. I don't think it really, there you go, that sort of shows how big it is. Absolutely stunning. This was a £20 eBay plant. What picture plant are you going to get better at a big plant size for £20 and 2 months on? Get pictures that size and that look that good. There's not many of them out there. So we will move on. Mammoth. I know I showed last time that it has a basil, and this basil, well, already the leaves are about as big as the parent plant, so pretty excited for that one. Pretty happy with it. We do have another one. I think this has opened since the last video. That's the Mammoth. So that is the biggest picture. So they are steadily increasing in size, which is good. We have got the Veitchii, the Christian Klein Candy Cross Candy. Now, I really like that. I really love Barrio and really tubby, but I don't mind a slightly longer Veitchii like that. It's just a nice contrast to the other Veitchii that I've got in here. Now I know everyone, they're boring, it's a garden centre one, yeah, Gaia, lovely. No, these are, again, it's a £20 plant, and it puts out colourful pictures like this. I know a lot of people don't like them, but that to me is really nice. You don't get many with the body like that, with that speckling against the red. It's a really nice plant. So you guys, Gaia haters, you can hate all you want. It's in my tent. It doesn't need to be in yours. Right, we have got, so this one has actually opened, I think, the last 2 days. I hadn't quite looked in here, but we've got the back here. We've got the gold Veitchii 3734. This was one of the small, these were the 3 small ones that I bought. Oh, might have been my first or my second big order from Ollie at Scotland Carnivorous. And these are the 3 of them at the back. Now, you can see these are turning into stunners. I knew 2 of them were striped. They are growing. The leaf size is jumping massively, as you can see there. And these 2 on the right are striped. Let me see if I can get this plant around just to show you, because this one is rather fantastic. There we go. I mean, that is a really nice plant. And then that's just open, so that'll colour up even more. It's just good to see so many stripes on there. And then that's just a nice gold one. It's really tubby, really nice shape, really nice gold one, so can't complain about that. We have got the Spectabilis Cross Tenuous here. Now this thing, I think it puts pictures out for fun. It's got them absolutely everywhere. I think there's 6 on there at the moment holding, and another one coming out. Cracking little plant, doesn't take up much space, and yeah, it just does its thing. We have got, these are Lowii cross Veitchii cross Boschii cross Veitchii cross Maxima cross Veitchii. These are the 3rd Grex, and they were little basils that came off of a plant that was sent to Tom at Tom's Carnivores. And you can see these last 2 leaves, massive jump. So hoping for good things with those. This one here, for some reason, it produced a couple of leaves with deformed tendrils. I think that's because I upped my feed quite considerably, which is why we're getting the big leaf jumps. But yeah, it made it grow maybe a little bit too fast. I don't know if you have any ideas in the comments as to why they do that, why they sometimes produce a picture, a leaf that has like a deformed tendril that never produces a picture, then just let me know. There's the other one, so you can see it bronzes a lot redder than the other LVB VMV I've got that isn't the Grex 3, so maybe that's just a trait of those ones. We've got a little Ampullaria, I think it's Viking Cross Ampullaria Black Miracle. So let's see if we can get this in here. Sorry, I apologise. My finger's in the way. Oh, there we go. Lovely little stripes on that. Nice little tubby pictures. We have got over the back here, we've got the Talangensis Cross Siberianensis. I quite like those. They blush that kind of reddy gold, but they don't really go too dark like some pictures do. We'll move round. This is the Maxima Vogelio. I really like this plant. I bought one and I did actually go back to Ollie's to try and get a second one, but they'd sold out unfortunately at this size. And this has just romped away. It's created picture after picture and leaf after leaf, so seems to be happy in the tent. To be honest, most of the things are happy in the tent at the moment. There's a couple of bits still sulking here and there, but yeah, I'm happy with the way things are going. So I know Andy has just done a video recently and he showed his VCI Cross Platycila Cross Genuine Candy Dreams in America. These are my ones of them. So massive leaf jump recently on them. Lovely striping on that. Really excited for these, as I know Andy is as well. And anyone else who bought some of these, I don't think you're going to get a bad one. So this has done the tendril thing as well. I'll try and show you. So that is how the leaf formed. It never actually, and that one never got a proper picture on, and that is the latest one. It's done it as well. However, massive leaf jumps. So I'm just wondering if it's growing a bit too fast to the plant, as it were. We will see. We will see. And this is the third one. So this one is less striped. However, I do like this one because the camera again doesn't really pick this up, but the inside of the, like just behind the peristome there, the back of the picture is so dark. It's like a real dark purple, purpley browny black almost, and it's just a real contrast. It's not that it doesn't have stripes. You can see there are a couple on there, a couple at the back of it, and this is the newest picture. It does, if it focuses well, you can see there's the odd stripe on there. It's just not as stripy as the one over here. But I hope with time maybe we'll get a few more stripes, because that against the dark background will be absolutely stunning. We have got a Platycross Rob here. Let's see if I can just lift this up so you can see it, because it's a really nice picture on that. That's the most recent picture, and we have had a massive leaf jump, and there is a big picture at the back there forming. This is the problem when you haven't got much space in a tent. You know, I would love to have a greenhouse, because I would love to be able to not have all these plants on top of each other and be able to see them very easily. But you know, we've got to deal with what space we've got, and this is the space I've got, and I try and do the best with it. The Palawanensis, there's two of them there. They're just picturing for fun, to be honest. You've got next to it the Mirror Cross Tenuous as well. That's putting a load of pictures into the middle as well. At the back, Mantalinga Janensis. So this is the newest picture on it. It's just a phenomenal shape. It's just so different to all the other pictures. It's nice and fat and wide, but then it has that tall back to the peristome, very toothy. So yeah, really nice. It's producing another picture. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the video. It's just through there, through that gap. You see at the end of my finger? Just through there. We've got little jam bands, little toilets. I think the humidity in my tent isn't brilliant for them. It does average over 70%, but sometimes in the day, and especially when I've got the door open of it now, it can drop down to 45, 50. And so they don't do brilliantly for me, but hopefully they'll, you know, put out some proper toilet shaped pictures soon. This is the Borneo Exotics tenuous, doing really well, getting quite big now as well. Then we've got the Sea-grown tenuous just here, and the Andy Smith clone tenuous. Now they are both done massive leaf jumps, as you can see. I will get the Andy Smith one out to show you, because this again is very different. It's very light pictures, which I quite like, real contrast. And then the Sea-grown one, you might be able to just see it down there, is quite similar, but it has the peristome is quite red. It darkens up quite a lot. So yeah, tenuous do seem to like it in my tent. That is one of the species that seem to do best in here. They just, you know, massive leaf jumps, always look really nice, and yeah, picture pretty readily. We will move down to the next shelf. We have got, this is another plant that I have potted up recently, repotted even. This is the Veitchii cross Platykyla cross Platykyla. So Veitchii Platykyla and then crossed with Platykyla. So when I got this, it was quite small, and it's put picture after picture after picture. That was 3 pictures ago, and I was a little bit disappointed, because when you see the pictures, they're quite flared and nice. And then it produced this. This was the second to last picture. And the shape of the peristome completely changed. A lot more bent back, ridged, and I absolutely love it. It's just, you know, just how the pictures showed it should look when it gets a bit more mature. And this is the newest picture. It has just opened today. So hopefully I can see stripes in there. Hopefully we'll get that shape again, and yes, some really nice striping. At the back here we have got Babigiae cross campanulata. Now this is, I really like this plant. This has had a repot, oh, 3-4 months ago, and so it's just putting out these nice big leaves again. Just it's a really nice cross. I'm not sure I've got too many campanulata crosses in here actually. So it might be something I need to look into, see how they come out. What else have we got around here? This is one I'm quite excited for. I don't know if I said in the last video, or whether I even had it in the last video. This is Ampuleo cross Veitchii cross Lowii. Just seems like a really weird cross. I don't know, sort of fat, small-lidded, tubby, striped, I guess we're going to get out of that one. We'll see. We've got a couple of Trosmadiensis crosses here, one against Rocantlii and one against Babigiae, and again they came in November, and they're just settled in, and you can see nice leaf jumps on there, so really happy with that. Now this is the Babigiae cross Aristolochioides. Now this, I love this plant. I just wish it wouldn't darken up, because you lose a load of the beauty from it. Look at that. How could anyone not love that picture? And that, when it's at that stage, is one of my favourites in here, without a doubt. However, I don't know if this older one shows. No, that's not too dark. Ah, this one. This shows it. They then darken up like that, and you lose all that striping. It just disappears. It's too dark. So at that stage, without a doubt, one of the best you can get, but it's just so unfortunate it changes. This is the biggest peltata picture that I have had to date. This got a repot fairly recently, and it's putting on the biggest leaves I've had now. It's starting to leaf jump, so I think it liked the repot. It was overdue, it did need it, to be honest. We've got the Spectabilis in the corner here. They yeah, they've been repotted, 2 out of the 3 anyway, and they hold pictures so readily. The one over the back has got 9 pictures on it at the moment. I don't think it's lost a picture in over a year. In the bag there we've got Rocantlii cross undulatifolia, so I'm hoping that settles in okay. It didn't have brilliant roots when it come through. Well, it had one root, a single little root. Let's not sort of pretend. So I'm hoping it will do well, because it's a good cross. Go around. We've got Truncata in the corner. Smallest leaf it's produced, biggest picture it's produced. Typical. There we go. And that is the, what's that, the B3203. I think that's the red Passion one. Might be the other way around. Peltata cross feature across Loweye. How that plant, that cross is about £15 for a small plant, I do not know, because it is, without a doubt, it gives you so much colour back for how much it costs. We have got the Raja cross feature that I showed you last time. However, it has put on a new picture. How can you not love that? That tall lid, absolute stunner. Really, really happy with that. That's next to little Spatulata cross Jacqueliniers. This is, they're just, I find that elegant. It's really, really nice. I like that. Working on a new picture at the back here. Really nice size one. We have got a lidless, new type. Lidless Rob Cantley cross Sibuyanensis. No, it's right near the door. I knocked the lid off not long after it had opened. But we've got the biggest Burbigier that I've had in the tent. Now, this is one of the plants that, when I said, you know, most of the things are doing really well in here, this is my big Burbigier. In the previous video, you'll remember it was here. It's now over the back, this one with the yellowing leaves. Now, I know they look really bad at the moment. This is the worst it's been. So I noticed the yellowing starting, and the yellowing got worse and worse over a couple of months, to a point where I was like, well, why is this happening? I asked some of the people, you know, that keep picture plants around the globe, and all different suggestions come back. And the one that tied in most with like what I thought could be wrong / timeline, etc., was lighting issues. I was told, you know, they really don't like that strong light. So in January, I think it was, I switched my top light to a Mars Hydro, and it's gone from the Sunblast to T5, so the difference in power is quite a lot. Had it at 75%, so I've turned it down to 50 a few weeks, 3-4 weeks ago, and I've moved the Burbigier back. And now, I mean, this leaf hasn't yellowed any more than it had already. It's not progressed at all. So, and this new leaf is staying a lot greener. So I did not want to lose that plant. It is holding, well, this one's going over now, but it's holding that picture, the one through there, and that big one. And it didn't make any sense that the plant was growing nicely still. It was producing really nice sized pictures. You can see it's absolutely stunning. And so, yeah, that little change, that's what you got to look for. It will show, they will show you they're not happy. They won't just die, but they'll show you they're not happy. And I'm learning all the time, and I'm hoping you guys are learning with me, showing you these alterations, these mistakes that I'm making. So with that as well, I've got another plant in here that has Burb in it that has never done well for me. It is a Rob Cantley cross Burb, right, the reverse. And I've had this was with one of my first orders. I think it's smaller than when I first got it, if I'm honest. It was closer to lights than it is now. It's now a good distance from lights, as you can see, and it's already looking far better. So obviously the Burb influence in it has a massive effect, which is funny because I've got a couple other Burbs that are a lot closer to the lights, so it could just be different ones, you know. They're found in different places, so it makes sense that some of them like different conditions. You know, humans are all found on planet Earth, but we like different conditions ourselves. So it's one of those, you just got to, I've moved several plants around this tent that weren't happy and found their sweet spot. The Spectabilis in that corner there, they were awful for a long time, 6 months maybe. They looked awful. They didn't really picture. The leaves never looked green. They never looked healthy. They were just plodding along. Moved into that corner where it's a little bit You know, it's light, but it's a little bit darker. And that's the corner they like. They like the temperature there. They just like that. Like I've mentioned before, with my tent, I get a gradient of temperatures. It is 4 to 5 degrees warmer up the top most days than it is down the bottom here, because the heat from the lights travels upwards. So it's important to find, you know, don't be afraid to move things around to find their better place. They're not just going to die on you. They will tell you, and that's what the Berbigier has done to me. So that little change seems to, touch wood, seems to have done it good. So we had the Burbedi that was picturing last time. That picture has died. It looked very nice actually as they die. They go quite dark and yeah, really nice. But we have got a new one coming, so I'm hoping next video I might even just do a video when it opens because they're fantastic. But yes, that's going. The big Raja also has basils. Let's see if we can get this. Let's see, get the camera through. And it's producing, even the basils are producing really nice pictures. There's 2 basils in there. I apologise for my fingers keep going in front of the camera. I've got fat hands. Right, so any more on that second shelf? I mean, we'll show you the little Rafflesiana. It's quite a nice picture, to be honest. Nice fat and tubby. It's the wings that make them, though. They look, almost makes them look like a Venus flytrap at the front there. They're very, very, very winged. And we'll go down to the bottom shelf. So we'll take you round. There's 3 new additions there. 2 Ventricoseratum boreais and another Cyprochlowii, I believe. Yeah, Cyprochlowii at the back. I really like my first one, so I bought a second one. Right, we'll move round. We have got... oh, there. We have got the Raja Cross Rob. That's a new picture, I believe. I'm genuinely having to crawl into my tent. I do this when I water the bottom shelf as well. So yeah, this is the fun of having a large collection in a small tent. The Ampullaria Cross Aristolochioides has put out basil. Whoop, whoop. We're getting a few basils actually around the tent, so it's quite nice. Flava Cross Sib at the back there. Really nice picture. But one of the in fact we might have 2. I can't remember if the Loli Veitchii Boschiana Cross Veitchii Maxima Veitchii, let me just lay down, had opened this new one actually when I did my last video. So even if it had, I mean, how can you not want to see that? So let's get this closer to you. There you go. So that has opened. It's colouring up and aging really, really nicely. And that's what I mean. This one doesn't go as bronzy and red as the Grex 3 of the 2 little ones up top near the tent. And the other big one to open, there it is, Truncata alba. This thing, how can anyone say plain pictures are boring? You know, plain green boring. I mean, look at that. Absolute stunner. It does get the odd little stripe. Just see them down there, but it's just lime green. It's absolutely stunning. We have got down here lovely little Alyssa Petrana. Absolutely, I'm very excited for this plant actually. I think that's going to be really nice when it gets bigger. We've got one of the Borneo Exotic Philosas there, and then the cross with Veitchii. And the Wistuba Velosa. They're all growing nicely, and they do actually seem to be putting a little bit of size on in the growth of the leaves now, whereas it was leaf after leaf after leaf at the same sort of size, which is fine. I don't provide perfect conditions for these. I don't get the drop down at nights to really low like they like. I get drops, you know, of 10 degrees or so, but it's from 28 to 18, you know, it's not what they like. But they're doing well, and yeah, I can't really complain. And then we've got a couple of Atomboreais and the Aristolochioides there. So that's the main tent. You know, it's all doing really well. I've shown you the 2 plants that aren't particularly loving life at the moment, although they're both on the up. That's the main thing. They're both recovering now. So I will take you round. Oh, I did add this Ridley eye, and it seems to this stag swan fern, Ridley eye. It seems to like my conditions. I've had it about a month or so. It's already put a whole new frond out, so really happy with that. Right, let's show you the other little tent. So this is my room. I used to have all collectibles in here. I don't know if I've shown you before, but I'm a big Pokemon fan as well, and Zelda fan. And yeah, this whole room used to be collectibles, but the plants took over just a little bit, so I sold a load. And yeah, massive Bowser, he's going. Right, so this is the tent you guys don't often see. So all my seedlings. We have lots of different seedlings, some very exciting ones, and some really nice Veitchii Barrio, good crosses. Some of the seedlings that I sowed last year, getting a good size now. And then these are plants that were in the main tent in the last video, and these are sale plants. These are going to be moved to a new home. Some have already sold and gone. And then yeah, just right, there's a few plants in here that sold. Some of my tropical plants growing there. And then this is the bird Veitchii, the one that I said I moved across to sell. Well, that's why I'm not selling it. That's the new picture. And this one does not bronze up, like I say, like the other one. So there we go. That's really, really nice. Right, I'm going to end it there. I hope you enjoyed the update. And I am doing more to my garden this weekend, so I thought I'd get it done tonight on a Friday night. Otherwise, you'd be left without an update again for even longer. Oh, I will just show you these. I know we were doing the tent update, but we have got a mixter here. This is a plant that I'm selling. It's grown better than ever since I put it on here ready to sell, but that's Nepenthes for you. But I grow a few other bits in here for my tropical garden. Different types of solanum. They have really, really spiky leaves and stems. And yeah, just begonia luxurians as well. Really interesting leaves. So yeah, I grow all sorts of plants. That is my construction site of a garden at the moment. You can't see all the work I've actually done, but I have put in. You can just see the top of the wall there. I will do a video on my garden soon, so you can see the tropical plants I grow, bananas, etc. And yeah, hopefully some of you guys that are watching this video till the end and haven't found me too boring for 33 minutes. Hopefully you're also interested in the sort of tropical garden plants as well, because be good to get you guys viewing those videos as well. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.